Friday. This is the first Friday in the month of February, year 2023. And today is the third day. And by counting, that is about 22 days before the presidential elections of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And more of our discussions will focus on the coming elections and how do we get free, fair, credible, and now it is fair and free elections. How do we get it? So this is what we'll be looking at various times on this channel. But for this morning, we got a hint that the two bodies fighting corruption in our country are collaborating with the electoral body to make sure that if we're going to have free and fair, credible elections, we must have vote buying reduced to various minimum. So we have invited one of that body here, the ICPC in Osun here. We want to have an interaction with the head of the ICPC in Osun here on what efforts is the commission putting in place to support INEC so that we can fight vote buying. So it's my pleasure welcoming Mr. Bakari Ademola into the studio today. This is not the first time you are here. We are always appreciative of the efforts to please answer our call. So once again, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, presenter. I am grateful to be here.
Thank God.
And good morning, Nigerians.
Yes, we heard in the news that your commission and the EFCC, you are collaborating with INEC to reduce or stop vote buying. So, is that correct?
Very, very correct.
Very, very correct.
Very correct.
So, because there are buyers and there are sellers out there, they need to be informed, to be warned. What we hear in English is to be forewarned. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. So let's take this opportunity before the long arms of the law catches up with them.
Number one, it should be made clear that it is in our best interest to have free, fair, and credible elections. And the next election is not just a presidential election.
Okay.
It is a general
election.
So the next 2 months are very, very critical for our country, Nigeria. And if you love Nigeria, you will wish her well. So
if you love Nigeria, you will wish Nigeria well.
That should be established, number one. And by statutorily, ICPC is mandated to diminish corruption in all its ramifications.
Okay.
Vote buying is an act of corruption.
Okay.
It corrupts the electoral system.
Okay.
And we could trace, the genesis that what used to be before has just mutated into vote buying. It's an evolutionary thing. It evolves over the years. In the past, what we were having would be something like ballot snatching and outrightly influencing the electoral bodies and everybody in the electoral process. But it has evolved into vote buying. And vote buying most of the time, because if you are going to find something, you have to have deep understanding of that particular thing.
Okay.
Vote buying can be done before, during, and after.
Okay.
So with that understanding, we are telling Nigerians that we are ready.
Okay.
We are ready to combat it. We are ready to assist INEC to combat it. We are ready to save Nigeria from the danger that vote buying portends for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. The Resident Election Commissioner Officer for Rivers State was addressing the journalists in that state, and where this was mentioned Now you have established that, like the man said, vote buying or electoral fraud is a cankerworm that had hidden so deep into the fabric of our nation. And like you want now, that if we love Nigeria, we're going to stand up for Nigeria this time around. So, vote buying before, during and after. Because we were warned that if we notice anything, we say something. So, what are those things that we should be looking for? That we want to tell people to be looking for? And when they see such things, they make report to your agency and other commissions out there.
Sincerely, I will tell you that in my place they say a bad person knows.
A bad person knows.
But he's waiting for somebody to
tell them that you are bad.
That you are bad. Nigerians would know when we are doing something stupid, something inimical to our system.
Okay.
And somebody that is being influenced, of course, when somebody offers you something,
okay,
he's going to tell you what he wants you to do. And the moment the person is giving you, advancing, whatever, something of value to you, telling you to go and manipulate the electoral system, you know that is buying your vote.
The question is it my bad day? Is it that I'm getting wedded, that you are giving me money?
It's, most of the time, in gift giving, for instance.
Okay.
If I do not know you,
okay,
is it possible that I just meet you on the road and I just offer you something? That I love your face, take this amount of money.
Father Christmas doesn't even do that. Father Christmas will go to.
There's no free lunch. There's no free lunch in Syria alone. Every town. So Nigerians should be aware of Greek gifts, especially from politicians. So to be forewarned, and if you do not take care, you will be flouting the law. You will be flouting the electoral law. You will be flouting the law establishing ICPC, because it can be taken to mean you are being bribed to perform your civic duty.
Let me ask you this question now. Yes. If I am caught receiving, there should be a punishment for me.
There is.
If I am caught giving, there should be a punishment for me.
Either way.
Can you just spell out, as the dictate of your commission now, that man, woman, boy, girl, if you are caught receiving, this is what is waiting for you?
For us at ICPC,
yes,
giving and receiving bribe simplicity, because vote buying can be described as a variant of bribery.
Mm-hmm.
So for us at ICPC, for instance, if you are caught giving, if you are caught, taking, it's 7 years imprisonment. 7
solid years.
If I am able to establish a prima facie case, I'm able to prove my case in court, you or anybody, caught in that way, we go for 7 years in prison.
Are there option of fine?
No option of fine.
Hey, so viewers out there, you are a Nigerian, I am a Nigerian, and the man in charge of ICPC in Osun State is here this morning to warn us that we should stay away from taking bribe, and warning politicians that they should desist from giving it.
They shouldn't compromise voters. It's inimical to the system and it's illegal.
But the way they do it is, they will say, my constituents should come for meeting. Yeah. They will go to the town hall meeting, and at the end of the meeting, they will be distributing envelopes. How do you do that?
You see, the way our law is framed. If you hide under the influence of, that you are organizing a party for your constituents and you are giving them, the law may not be able to, because it has to be proven. In vote buying, it has to be proven that the amount was cut on you, and it has to be established that it is
money
meant to influence you towards the election. So it's very tricky somehow. But I am saying this: we need to appeal to our conscience. Not because when you take this amount, has the person been known to be so nice to you in the past? Will the person continue to be so nice to you thereafter? All these things have to be taken into consideration. What was the antecedent of this particular person that is being so nice to you towards the election? In governance, if he has been involved in governance, because what are the performance indices that you can claim that to score him high to deserve your vote?
Let's do it
so
this
Nigerians
way.
should be discerning.
Okay. Now, in discerning words, now let's look at the implication of vote buying again on our polity. Because if you give me 1,000 naira now, would that be enough for me to give me water for the next 4 years?
Absolutely no.
Would that be enough for me to put drugs on the shelves in my hospital? Would that be enough to give my children a better education? Would that be enough to give us a good road? So please, give us an explanation of all this and implications.
My answers to all these parameters that you have spelled out is no.
No.
Number one, Nigerians, I said discerning, Nigerians should set objective for ourselves.
Okay.
What really do we want from governance? Good governance is what we want. What are the parameters for good governance? You want water, you want
good
social
roads,
services, generally good education for our children, good healthcare system,
security,
and so
solid
on,
security,
and so forth. Now, like you said, now put that, the objective that we have set for our developmental objective that we have set for ourselves, put that side by side with the 4,000 naira, 5,000 naira that this man is offering you. You will see that they cannot be compared. For a single day, that 5,000 naira can not even offer you all those things that you have said to him. How much more for years? So it is not worth it. The person offering you 4,000 naira to vote for, even if it is 50,000 naira each, to vote for you, is buying you, is making you a slave, is pauperizing you. In the next 4 or 5 years, will that 4,000 naira or 50,000 naira be still available to you as a Nigerian? You would have spent it, and your suffering continues thereafter. That should stop. Nigerians should know that, yes, I want to vote my conscience. We should vote our conscience.
You are talking conscience, yeah. I was somewhere yesterday evening and I was listening to that record by King Sunny Ade. Talenino tinkolek roko mi. Talenino tinkolek roko mi. And I sat down and I asked myself, do we have conscience again in this country? Now, the demand coming out to give money, if you have been there before, I think it's sure where to lati royere. If you are just going there, what are your antecedents? Like you said, you want to talk about this to people?
Honestly, at the ICPC, for instance, it is a major concern, and that was why we initiated what we call the Behavioral Change Initiative. We need to change our attitude completely. Average Nigerian is not just greedy, is self-centered, is exploitative.
Average Nigerian
is like that. But we have seen that has not led us to anything good.
Our destination.
It has not led us to anything good. And if you keep running, no matter how fast you are running in the wrong direction, you can never arrive at your destination. So we should make a U-turn. Nigerians, we should make conscious effort to make a U-turn, a detour from what we were doing before that has not paid off.
You cannot continue to do wrong things and expect a better result.
It's not going to happen. So Nigeria should make a detour, and this time around, let us ask ourselves, what do we really want for ourselves? What do we really want for our children? And who is that person that can do it? Either because of its antecedent or the quality that he has. Political parties, they have manifestos. Read through the manifestos. Anybody contesting will have an antecedent. Look through its antecedent. Do not, so that you will be able to, if you do not collect anything from him, you have voted him in, you will be able to vote him out if he doesn't do well.
The different groups came up and said, oh, you politicians, instead of lambasting one another, calling names, why can't you go to campaign grounds and tell people what you have done in the past?
It is
a reasonable campaign.
It is amazing. It is amazing that Nigerians, again, I blame Nigerians. I blame all of us.
We blame all of us.
We are just like them. The politicians are just like us, and this is why I said I blame all of us. Even when we choose to ask questions, we ask the wrong question. I do not know.
What are the questions Nigeria are supposed to be asking? How are we supposed to be asking the question?
What are you going to do for me? What are your manifestos? Talk about your manifesto. Let's discuss it. These are the kind of questions that we should be asking the politicians. But when we are asking them, what is in need for me in terms of
my pocket?
So we are not asking the correct question. I do not need your money. You are going to have my life in your palm in the next 4 years. What are you going to do with it?
Okay, at ICPC,
that is what we should be asking.
Aside from coming on programs like this,
yes,
do you hold town hall meetings with people?
We do. Like in September last year, we held this behavioral change
at the campaign. Okay,
and we had the Obas, we have NGOs, we have religious leaders, we have the youth, NYC, we have them at that forum, where we enunciated the kind of attitude that has led us to
where we
are, and why we need
to have a
U-turn. With that, and we now commissioned all of these people that we met to go and do the same thing in their various areas of influence, and they are doing it. They need the attitudinal change may be gradual. I believe in my heart of heart that Nigeria, some of us are beginning to see the reason why we must change. On the ground on which we are standing presently is a sinking sand. It will lead us.
Can you say that again?
The ground upon which we are standing now in Nigeria, looking at those countries that we started at the same time have left us behind. And if we need to catch up, it means that we need to up our game.
Okay. Now
we need to up our game.
Let's do it this way. I want to seek your indulgence to please let's talk in Yoruba.
Okay.
Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà létí ẹ wò wá, ọ̀gá àgbà fún àjọ tí ń gbógun ti ìwà jẹgúdújẹrá láwùjọ wa, àjọ ICPC, ó ní agbàlálejò lórí ètò lónìí. Ohun tá a sì sọ náà ni pé ìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà tó kù bí ọjọ́ 22 àtàwọn èyí tá a tún ṣe tó ń gbà wá lámọ̀ràn náà ni pé ẹ mọ́ ràbò ẹ mọ́ tàbò. Wọ́n láwọn kan ti gbówó dé wọ́n fẹ́ mọ́ ràbò yín, wọ́n lẹ́yìn kan ti sọ pé àfi tẹ́ ẹ bá rówó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ṣe báyìí. Ohun tá a yìí sọ náà ni pé nínú ṣíṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwà ìbàjẹ́ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún wọn pé kí ni jẹ́ ìwà ìbàjẹ́.
À ń ràbò à ń tàbò, ìwà àbàjẹ́ pọ́nbélé ni, nítorí pé ó lòdì sí òfin tó dá àjọ ICPC sílẹ̀. Ó lòdì sí òfin ti ètò ìdìbò electoral act náà pẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ètò ṣe pàtàkì níbẹ̀ ni pé kí tiẹ̀ ní èrè wa gangan tá bá ra ìbò tá bá ta ìbò fún ẹni tó ń rà. Yes, òun lérè púpọ̀ nítorí pé lọ́dún mẹ́rin a lè ṣe àwọn aráàlú báṣubàṣu bó ṣe wù.
ọ̀sẹ̀ tó máa ń wà bí ló fi
agún. ṣùgbọ́n àwọn aráàlú tí à ń ta ìbò wa kí ni èrè wa? ṣé ìrora ìpayín kékeré ní ọdún mẹ́rin? mo rò pé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ èrè wa. nǹkan tá a nílò lọ́dọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú wa ni pé a gbọ́dọ̀ wo àti ṣe máa ṣe bọ̀ wọn, agbára tí wọ́n ní láti ṣe ohun tí a fẹ́. tó bá ti dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn nǹkan bíi méjì yẹn, oye owó tó gbé wá tàbí kí lórúkọ in fact ẹni tó bá gbé owó wá láti wá ra ìbò wa yẹ ká mọ̀ pé
eléyìí ò ní kan
ṣe fún wa. honestly bó ṣe yẹ ká rí nìyẹn. ṣùgbọ́n ká wo àti ṣe máa ṣe bọ̀ wọn àti nǹkan tó gbé dání. ṣèbí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yìí náà ní ìwé èròǹgbà tó sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ni. ká yẹ̀wò fínífíní, ká jókòó pẹ̀lú wọn, ká bi wọ́n léèrè tó sọ ní báyìí kí báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. It's not just enough that I want to give you, I mean, kò ṣe pé kò fẹ́ fún yín ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó yẹ kó báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe,
báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ rówó.
Explain it to us. àwa náà àdé sọ pé ok bá a ṣe fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe ni àjọ fọ̀rọ̀ jómi tó rọ̀jọ̀ tá a bá ti ní àṣọyé yẹn pé kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ ká bọ́wọ́ lù ká dìbò fúnru ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀. ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó kàn jẹ́ pé ó gbówó wá kò sọ ayọ̀ kéde àní mú fún nǹkan kan because kò sọ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan fún wa. ẹni tó gbé owó wá tá a gba owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tá a fi dìbò kò sọ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan fún wa à lè mú sí o bá a ṣe pé gan ìpè ò ní ràn. ẹ ti gbowó ẹni tó bá ń jẹ dòdò lè dòdò mọ́ ẹ tó bá ṣe kí lórúkọ ẹ so kí àwọn ènìyàn wa mú ru àwọn ènìyàn wa apart from pé òfin wà láti mú ẹni tó ràbọ̀ ẹni tó da èyí tó gba ìdìbò ṣùgbọ́n ètò ṣe pàtàkì fún wa ni pé ọjọ́ ọ̀la orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gbọ́dọ̀ dára. àwọn ènìyàn wa kan ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò níbi ìwà àbàjẹ́ yẹn.
mo ń wọ̀ ẹ́ pé ìsọtẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bí ẹ rí ìwà yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́.
orí ohun ìríra gbáà ni tó dẹ̀ ń fa orílẹ̀-èdè wa sẹ́yìn kò jẹ́ ká bẹ́gbẹ́ pé láwùjọ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè yòókù. so ká kúrò ń bẹ̀ pátápátá ká yan olórí tó dára tó ní èròǹgbà rere fún wa tá a dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó lè ṣe.
ẹ̀yin bàbá mọ̀mọ́ tẹ̀ ń wò wá nílé ó ṣeé ṣe kí ẹ mọ̀ rí ìwé pé kí ni àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú wọ̀nyí kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe. ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ ti fowó ra ẹ ti rọ́mọ nílé ìwé o àbí èèyàn lè pe ọmọ ẹ̀ pé ó dà o election lóye yìí o lámọrí ewu nínú àwọn wọ̀nyí ló rò pé a lè bá lọ àbí bàbá tí ò lè kàwé ìyá tí ò lè kàwé á ṣáà lè béèrè ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ àbí ọmọ tó rọ́ nílé ìwé lè padà wá láti wá sọ fún ọ pé ẹ lọ bí báyìí.
tọmọ náà bá dẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ tán kí ló ní báwo ló ṣe mọ̀
pé inú ìwé wo ló ti kà
á ṣe mi gan létí. so in fact a gbọ́dọ̀ kúrò nínú ojú dúdú a gbọ́dọ̀ we cannot continue in darkness.
mo rò pé nínú ìpàdé ọlọ́mọ lé lágboolé kọ̀ọ̀kan náà ara àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àlè ṣe nìyí.
kájọpọ̀ ká sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe bá ní kánsẹ́lọ̀ tó yẹ.
pé ládùúgbò tiwa
ẹnìkan fẹ́ dìbò kánsẹ́lọ̀ ẹnìkan fẹ́ dìbò kí lóru bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti fẹ́ dìbò kánsẹ́lọ̀ yẹn jókòó.
jókòó ó yá máa bá wọn
sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló fẹ́ ṣe ń gbò bá débẹ̀. ṣé ìgbà tó bá débẹ̀ tán àní rí ọ ní àdúgbò mọ́ ni àbí ibo.
èèyàn ọmọlé máa gbénú oko yẹn tí ẹ bá mọ̀ ti di kánsẹ́lọ̀.
kí ló wá dìbò fún ta ló ń jọba lé lórí ọba tó fi ìgbésẹ̀ tó lọ sí ta ló wá ń jọba lé lórí. a gbọ́dọ̀ tún ìwà ara wa ṣe lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí honestly ní tòótọ́ nígbà kan ni wọ́n máa ń sọ pé sọ ìgbẹ́ dìgboro. if they live tó bá gbé láàrin wa tó yẹ pé wọ́n lọ kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n á tún.
àwọn náà tún ṣe mo wọ́n ti pé lábúlé wa kan nígbà kan lẹ́nìkan dé ló bá gbé jẹnẹtọ̀ ńlá kan dé ó tọ́lọ́ sínú ilé tiẹ̀ ó wá fi bíi pọ́ǹtì bíi mẹ́ta mẹ́rin kan sáàrin ìgboro ó fà kan lọ sáàrin tó bá ti dalẹ̀ àwọn rí pé
everybody àjọkò síbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀rọ bí eré òṣùpá.
ló bá ti pé ẹja máa kó jọ kátọ́rà kan sí ẹja kó jọ kára kan sí.
bó ṣe rí nìyẹn bí ìdàgbàsókè ṣe máa ń bá ìletò nìyẹn kò ṣe pé kó wá gba oyè tán kó gba ipò tán kó wó dé kò kàn á fi àwọn akéde lórúkọ ẹ mi pé.
we cannot say everything today and gradually like this we will be playing our role as a media outfit and that's what we have done here this morning and we'll invite people who are informed about particular focus to please come around to come and educate us. And the man we have been chatting with is the leader here in Osun. What do I call you? Is it the commissioner or what?
The commissioner.
The commissioner of ICPC here in Osun State. He has been advising us, talking to us to please let's do things the way we ought to do them, so that we can have a better Nigeria. Finally, you want to cap everything off.
Seriously, Nigerians, I just want to appeal to us to do the right thing the way the presenter has said. We have the law. We want you to change, bend. But if you refuse to change, if you insist that you must buy vote, you must sell vote, we have the law, we'll catch you, we'll change you, we'll break you. Whatever
We
people
will catch,
we will catch you, bend you,
or
break you.
Like the motto of my secondary school.
It will be done.
You see that you bend or you
resolute
break.
about this. The good work that INEC is doing, they have given.
We should collaborate with them.
Collaborate with them. The good job that they are doing, we should contribute to it so that we see the fruit of that job. If we have good governance, it's for every one of us.
Okay.
That is our mission.
We appreciate you for coming here this morning.
Thank you, sir.
We say a very big thank you to you. That's the Commissioner, ICPC, Osun State Air, Mr. Bakari Ademola. We say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And with him here in our studio is the Public Relations Officer of that commission, Mrs. Winifred in Grosborough. So we say a very big thank you to you, and we extend our greetings to all of our officers of the commission. Keep up doing the good job, and the Lord will see us through. So I remain yours sincerely, Lasukomi Oyepayo, signing out on this segment and for this week, and Monday we'll be back on the program for another episode. Bye-bye.
Thank you
so very much, sir.